Hello, Shuffle Squaddians. It is me, For The Win, Mr. PTCG, and today we are looking at the new Silver Tempest Lugia VSTAR. Now, you know, I'm definitely up this train, you know what I'm saying? I love the old Lugia VSTAR out here doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and just causing havoc. And there are many lists for the Lugia VSTAR, but before we get into today's list, let's talk about the sponsors for the Shuffle Squad. So first, of course, we got PTCGO Store, so if you want to get yourself some codes for this new set so you can build this very deck, then check them out. TSS5 code 45% off at checkout. And then we have the wonderful Atlas TCG if you want to get IRL cards. So that is going to be TSS12 for 12% off store-wide. Beautiful. And then we have PokeXWord, a great sponsor for the channel. If you want to improve your knowledge on the Pokemon game, TCG, anything down that line, definitely check them out for their crosswords and guess that Pokemon. We also have BCW for some supplies. So if you want to up your collection game and make sure you got all the nice gear to make sure everything's nice and dandy, check out BCW, also linked in the description down below. And finally, we have the Patreon with TSS Win, where we have articles. I actually wrote my first article on there the other day on Lugia, on the free cards that I think are pretty much must plays for Lugia and what I would love to play myself. So if you want to get involved, check out the Patreon, support the Shuffle Squad and get that extra content. But without further ado, let's get into the list, shall we? Lugia. Man, I'm excited to play this bad boy today. So this list actually involves Gengar VMAX. Now, Gengar VMAX is a very powerful G-Max swallow-up attack. So if you get your Lugias out and use that summoning star to get 2 colorless into play, which would be the 2 Archeops that allows you to accelerate 2 special energies straight from your deck onto any Pokemon in play, a ridiculous ability by the way, then you can charge up Gengar VMAX with single strike energy, allowing it to go up to the 1-hit KO range with Choice Belt to be able to take out pretty much anything in the format. There's also some pretty interesting techs in this deck, as of course it is a Lugia deck. Techs are going to be the whole point. We've got Miltank for potential walling, and also you can do some little extra damage with that as well with the powerful colorless energy, which is nice. And we also have Zamazenta V being able to use Revenge Blast, coming in and doing 30 more damage to each prize card your opponent has taken. So a typical game can look down the line of going with the Lugia VSTAR, hitting here and there, coming up with the Gengar VMAX, and then when they have, let's say if, because again, this deck's very oppressive, so if they get to the point of having 1 prize remaining, you can come with that Zamazenta V and hit some really strong numbers too. We also have Path to the Peak, just to help with, you know, loads of matchups like Mew and stuff like that, where it could be helpful. And also even in the Lugia Mirror, if you start off pretty quickly and get your VSTAR power going, you can whack this bad boy down and cause some problems for the opposing Lugia, which is cool as well. V-Guard Energy, look at the gold on it, it's so beautiful, I love it. Of course, for some extra tankiness, we do have a couple of Aurora Energy, and we also have a Hiding Energy, giving that free retreat to that Gengar. The Aurora, of course, just giving us the ability to use Zamazenta, which is also pretty cool. Free Serena, pretty much my favorite card from the set. It's so incredibly broken, man, it's ridiculous. And of course, a little cheeky Urn of Vitality, an actual way to recover some of the energy, because a lot of the skill set in playing Lugia is managing your energy correctly. This gives you a little bit more freedom to mess about when it comes to the Gengar. So this is actually a really cheeky way of playing Lugia, and a way of just being able to just take straight 1-hit KOs and being able to do it multiple times whilst having a big tanky boy up there, which is lovely stuff. Oh man, you go, where's your bad boy? That made absolutely no sense, but okay, we move. So without further ado, let's get moving. Now, we've got a bit of a tough start here, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. It's okay, don't worry. We can just start attacking with a Gengar if we get to that point anyway. So, you know, well, there you have it. Let's get an Arceus in the Archeops. Oh god, that's gonna bother me. I can tell. That's really gonna bug me. In the discard pile, we get a Lugia down. Do I attach the Turbo? I think I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I still need to learn to play Lugia, to be honest with you. This is like my 2nd game ever playing. I've only just about got the cards. So, and I'm hoping my Elo isn't too bad, because I did just stream on my Twitch and just experimented with a load of other decks. Didn't do too bad, actually. But my Elo is a bit all over the gaff, but hey, the game's the game. It is what it is, you know what I mean? Regardless, we are playing some sort of deck here involving Frostmoth. It'd be interesting if it was like Wailord or something, but either way, it's fine. It's Kyurem. Okay, this is actually... Oh, this is interesting. So we actually have the potential to 1-hit KO a Kyurem. 330 is what they go for. If you get... Oh, you need 4 single strike. Well, 3 single strike energy goes from 250, 270, 290, 310. Choice Belt is enough. So 3 single strike energy is enough to 1-hit KO Kyurem VMAX, which is actually kind of nutty. And if we get everything we need, we could just take a very simple early KO on this Kyurem, which is going to be so sick. So we do need a lot of things here. Granted, we could actually just operate with the 1 Archeops. I'd rather not, though. Yeah. Bro, we just top decked the Archeops. Are you joking? Brother, deck's mental. Deck's filth. Absolute filth, okay? I know I've got loads of different types of artworks and stuff like that. You're gonna have to forgive me. Look, it's the early days, all right? Listen, all the top tier players and creators are still sitting here with, like, you know, random artworks. But, bro, we have just... No, I cannot take this. This is ridiculous. Okay, this is kind of mad. So what we can do here is go for our summoning star. Bro, this is mental. This is just insane. What I'm going to do is I'm going to primal turbo here. I'm going to get a hiding and a single strike on this Gengar VMAX. Slow down there, buddy boy. Calm it down. All right, calm it down. I don't know how much the Radiant Gardevoir is going to play a role here. I think we're just going to be so oppressive from the get-go that we're fine. Like, do I need to worry about what I'm benching here? You know, because like they're going to... Okay, they bench Kyurem, Serena. You know what I'm saying? We're good. We can retreat and attack with the Lugia VSTAR at this point, so that's fine. I'm going to primal turbo just the 1. I'm going to go for the... we could actually throw a V-Guard and... Oh my god, that's kind of nutty. It's a bit overkill. But I like overkill. Let's go and overkill this bad boy. We'll drop the Guardian as well. Try and KO me now, mate. We actually have, technically speaking, in order to 1-hit KO me, is that 370 HP? Nah. Brother. See you later. Joe 290 like that. Just like that. The Gengar's really fun with this, actually. Really, really fun. And I like the Aurora because we can just retreat and just go with the Lugia. It's okay. Which is really, really useful, actually. But we'll see what they bench here. They're going to Nessa, actually, of all things, which is interesting. I mean, fair play. This isn't your typical Kyurem Palkia. It's Kyurem with Frostmoth, which, you know, it's another way of playing the deck. It's not the most optimal at the end of the day. They don't really have any out, and I'm just going to gust them and KO them. I actually feel quite bad. Why would you need a Counseling Cologne in this? Oh, it's shred. Yeah, to shred through the tank. But it don't matter, brother. It don't matter. Let's go for an Archeops, and we'll go for... We'll get a V-Guard on there as well. Why not? V-Guard and Powerful on the Lugia. Bro, this deck's just auto. It's just auto. It is straight auto. I'm not going to accelerate more. As I said, this deck's very much about management of energy. So we want to be as wary as possible, if I'm honest. Let's just go for the Tempest Dive. Take that KO. Just like that. 4 prizes. Done. And now we can just keep attacking with Lugia. We have the Gengar to sit on if we want to. We can even get another Gengar going. But you don't want to overbench. You could find yourself in a sticky sit. You've got to play Crobat something down the line. But our hand is so beautiful. So, you know, there you go. Did you have 2 cancelling clones? Bloody hell, mate. Jesus Christ. What's all this cancelling clone? Are you trying to cancel me on Twitter or something? Yeah. Bro, nuts. Nuts. Absolute filth. Alrighty, starting off with a bit more of an awkward hand. Now, we're playing the Mew VMAX with Meloetta, so we're back on the ELO level. So we're already starting off pretty poorly here. We do have the path, turn 1, which is really nice. But that would mean we'd have to find our own Pumpkaboo to bounce it to use our own V-Star power, but it is nice to sit on that a little bit, I guess. The Meloetta is actually worse for us, if I'm correct, being able to just get that Meloetta going and hit straight 280 if you get all Fusion Strike in play, but like modifiers, you've got the choice belts and stuff like that, and the power tablets. It is actually quite comfortable for a Meloetta to straight 1-hit KO a Lugia because V-Guard doesn't block off Meloetta. Meloetta isn't a V. So Meloetta actually is, for me, I would argue, a more favorable version of Mew VMAX against a Lugia deck. Now that being said, we do have Gengar, so we can just 1-hit KO these two big Donnies, and we're fine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we definitely have the advantage. What's cool is Zamazenta actually can just straight discard draw. I didn't even realize that. That's not that bad, is it? That's actually pretty solid, you know. Maybe that's why it's in here as well. Not only for the Revenge Blast, but the Regal stance ability, just straight discarding things, isn't that bad. Right, we got to think here. I don't think the Choice Belt is going to be that relevant. Here, if we just set up our Gengars, we should be fine. So, obviously, we need to go and get ourselves... Okay. I'm going to get rid of these two, because we are just going to research, I think. And we're going to get an Archeops in a discard pile. That's good. We got that, thankfully. Then we can get ourselves a Lugia. We obviously need that to set up. We will path, I think. I might attach here, because if we get the option to go for... Read the Wind, I might. Especially when they're pathed, and we're pathed too. So, we will do that. Let's path them. We're going to go for research. That means we don't have our Zamazenta ability, but it should be okay. Oh, that's kind of rough. That's actually kind of rough, bro. Alright, well, we still have draw. That's good. They're going to be bricking, hopefully. And then we can... We have the outs to our own Pumpkaboo, so that's good. That's really, really nice. So the path might have done us a solid here. They've just scooped. Bro, Lugia's just making everyone scared. Run from the thing. All right, here we go. Playing a Charizard this time. Oh, this is going to be interesting. The single prize matchup is very, very interesting for Lugia. So let's see how this goes. Going second, which is not terrible. Obviously, you'd rather go first, but, you know, we can easily just get an Archeops in a discard pile with Read the Wind, which is okay. Although, we can just simply attach Aurora and get it into the discard pile anyway. So, is it that big a deal? I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how this bad boy sets up and how it goes for now, which is going to be interesting. But, yeah, I actually don't know how this matchup would fare. I'm pretty confident for it, if I'm honest with you. But when you're playing Lugia, the confidence just oozes through the skin, you know what I'm saying? It oozes through. Snorlax with a jaw. Okay. So this lovely lady right here definitely knows what they're doing with this deck. They may have played it for a little while. You got a little cheeky golden boy over here, a big chungus. I like to see it. We've just been pathed. Wow. Okay. Right. Okay. We're being countered pretty much directly here. Well, this is going to be an interesting matchup, which is nice to see, actually. Something a bit less predictable, which is what you want to see. Right, so I actually are going to get that out of the way. I'm pretty confident they're not taking a KO next turn. I'm pretty confident that ain't happening. We should be fine. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's fine. How much does Gengar serve here? You know, should we lean more towards just straight Lugia? Maybe tanking a bit more? Maybe that's what we should aim at. I mean, Charizard can hit pretty hard numbers. I don't know how much I want the Gengar in this match. We have it, though. We do have it here. So is it that? Okay, let's rock with it. Let's roll with the ting. I'm going to go and actually get rid of the V-Guard. Feels bad. But I actually... maybe I shouldn't have used to Read the Wind, but... I do want to find an Archeops. There we go. So that's good. And then we can just Pumpkaboo, you know? Then we can Pumpkaboo and then get the two Archeops out, evolve that. Yeah. We have a pretty solid hand now, actually, all things considered. That's all right. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll shake it. I'll bake it. You know what I mean? Let's see if they start popping off or not, though. Great Balls, though. Ooh, Great Balls? Great? Is this some sort of like Fiend deck or something? Bro, we're playing Fiend decks today. Bro, the big decks are scared. They're running away. I match them against the big Donnies. They're like, no, don't want Lugia. These ones, they got nerve. Yeah, they got nerve. They're like, oh, I can take on Lugia. I can do it. If they know what it is. You know? Right. Let's get moving. So, Gengar out. I want another Lugia down, I think. I do want another Lugia down. Oh, actually, what do I get with this? Pumpkaboo, yes. Okay, remember, Sean, noggin, use your brainy. All right, we got it. There we are. Let's bounce Stadium. It means our bench will be full. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just Marnie. And we can bench that at a later time. So we don't need it right now. So I don't mind Marnie to bottom of the deck. We just need... Yeah, we're sorted. Okay, thankfully the Choice Belt's not that big a deal, so we can just go ahead, Ultra Ball these two away, and then just get ourselves our Lugia. And then we are off to the races, mate. Get the Archeops out and just start, you know, backing some heat and, you know, fighting. And then we can actually get our Gengar going as well, which is nice. So let's summoning start. Not you, Miltank, silly boy, sitting in this card. That would trick me sometimes, and I'm going to be careful, because that would really get to me. All right. So, Primal Turbo, if you're going to work. Okay, that's good to know. V-Guard, and could just throw Powerful. I mean, you know, the damage output's good enough. We ain't got stress like that. All the other energy, we could just turbo, to be fair. We could just V-Guard and turbo. Means we're doing a 200. Charizard, I don't think Charizard can go over that level, so I think we're still fine with just that. If I'm honest with you, or do I just power? Yeah, I think actually, yeah, I'll do this. Because if we get Gust, we need to retreat, then I'd rather use turbo for retreat, you know? And then let's get the hiding and a single strike on the Gengar. Just for now, we can do that. That's okay. And then just go for Tempest Dive. And now we're just hitting. Now we are just... This is what this deck does, bro. It just hits. You know? It just hits. You're not that big a deal, but that's fine. Just researching that is actually really solid, to be fair. And we're going now. And now it's pretty much... Bang, 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 bang. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Now, what's interesting is the Serenas aren't going to be good in this deck, in this matchup, right? We can't Gust so effectively in this matchup compared to others. I'd love to get that Charmeleon, but I don't think it's going to happen, bro. Overbenching maybe, but you know what? We risk it for a biscuit. That's what we do here, baby. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, thoughts are processing and nothing is coming up. Do I need to play anything here? I could Thin. I don't want to preemptively do anything though. Charizard could come up at any point now. I think we just hit, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I want to see my deck. I would, well, I would be able to know, actually, if this list plays a boss's orders. Am I taking my prize? I have, yeah. If this list plays a boss, it does play the one boss. So at least we have that potential if we do really need to. But I don't mind just storming through. Just storming through the deck and doing your thing. Now, Lugia, this is the thing about Lugia. Do you play the 4 Serena? Or do you go for like 3 Serena, 2 boss? You know, there is that debate like right now, obviously, as people really figure it out. How much boss to Serena ratio should you really have? It's interesting, right? Because right now, again, I can do things. I can accelerate. Actually, do you know, is there really a reason not to? Is there? Just get the single strike. Honestly, the single strike can't go anything else other than Gengar. And I don't think I'm going to need another one. I think our prize map is here, right? Lugia, Gengar, Lugia. I think that's what we're going to be doing. So we might as well just get ahead of the curve a little bit, no? Know what I'm saying? Get ahead of the curve. No problem with that. Can you accelerate a single strike to this? Hold on. This card can only be attached. So if you accelerate the single strike, it'll just come off. All right, cool. No worries. We'll get rid of an Evo, and then we will Evo ourselves, get our other Lugia V-Star. And now we're just, as I said, it's just autopilot. If they take a KO, Lumineon for boss if we really need it. But other than that, here we are. And also they are dead drawing quite badly. I kind of feel bad. But bro, what can I do? What can I do? You know, I can't stay here and try and find these crazy quality matchups because they just run away. They just get scared. Like, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I think we need to wait for the meta to shape now because obviously, you know, only a certain amount of people actually have access to all these cards right now. You know, people who put the money in. So, you know, your casual player isn't really going to be prepared for this, you know? So, you know, there's only so much you can do, right? You just have to wait for the format to shift and people start actually getting the cards. And then you can understand what actually is incredible. Because right now, a lot of the cards coming out now are just going to be really good. Because you have all the new cards. But you have the Serena outs. You have all these things where your opponent wouldn't a lot of the time. Because a lot of... I'll pretty confidently say that, you know, given it's just when it came out yesterday, that the majority of the player base just don't have these cards. So it's already naturally an unfair matchup some of the time. Not all the time, but some of the time. And that's obviously going to sway things a little bit. You know what? I'm going to fail it. We don't have to go for the turbo. Just, yeah, there's the scoop. Bro, it's scoop time. This deck is just scoop time right now. Alrighty, we're paying Mew again. Let's see them run this time. Right, we always tend to start. I just caught my nose with this. What do I do here? We want to double up on Gengar, right? We really want to hammer the Gengar. Zamazenta can go. I think we're fine right now. I do want to get Lugia out. right? That's for sure. And do I bench this other Gengar? I mean, this could be the Meloetta variant. They could just straight KO this Gengar, so I might want that prep. And then we just pass. Next turn could be a research. Love to find an Evo Incense or something like that. Just get an Archeops guaranteed in the discard pile. That would be really, really solid. Because we obviously aren't starting the Lugia, so we can't read the win next turn if we have to. It'd be a bit more troublesome. No path this time, though. That's for sure. So let's see if this is the DTE or the Meloetta. I honestly would rather go against DTE because we're just taking straight 1-hit KOs on the Mew VMAX. So, you know, their cheeky little hyper potions ain't going to do too much for them. You know, all these little cheeky things they try and do, it isn't going to be too great. And this is looking like it's most probably going to be the DTE build, which, as I said many a times, is, if I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if I'm correct, I think this is a more desirable matchup. Because there's no 1-hit KO potential for the Meloetta, there's no offsetting prize cards and stuff like that, you know, that the Meloetta would offer. So yeah, I think we're looking good, bro. And even that Oricorio isn't going to do much. It would have in a typical, you know, straight Lugia matchup, but that's the magic of Lugia. Yeah, honestly, I think the straight Lugia is not the best way to go. If I'm honest with you, it's a way to go. Is it the best? Probably not. Probably not. I think a techie Lugia is probably going to be what we see, and that's what we've been seeing in Japan, right? When I covered those lists, it's just loads of techie Lugias, you know, loads of techie Lugias. There's the Oricorio finally out. They're going to be drawing like it's nobody's business, but no attack. Bearing in mind, so we do have that advantage going first. If we just get the Archeops out, we can just straight Gengar, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, technically, that kind of offsets surprises because if we KO VMAX afterwards. A Mew VMAX, that is, then we still need to take the one more prize. But that's fine. Serena's bosses, that will sort us out. That'll do the job. We got loads of genetics to deal with. Bro, they just recovered 2 tablets, eh? Bloody hell, they must have a mad headache. Yeah, I know. I'm not funny. What am I doing? How does this stuff come out of my brain? I don't get it. All right. Whoa. We prize 2. I said this. I said you could prize the 2, so I always back the 4 Archeops because you could prize the 2, and here we are eating that very, very disgusting plate of food. Right. What's really good here? Do I get a Guardy down? I could really Crobat my way through. Is that worthwhile? Is the Guardy better? The Guardy's a lot better, actually, isn't it? Because it's just going to give us that extra tankiness that we may need, and it could offset some damage modifications. So, right, that means we need to naturally draw into an energy we can attach this turn as well, which we have, but no Lugia. Bro, that is bad. We whiffed the Lugia. Oh my god. Okay, we've been set back badly today, man. Really badly today. So, we gotta think here now. Do I just attach the single strike to the bench Gengar? That might be it. That might have to be it. They can boss it, though. They won't be able to KO it. No, god. Okay. Fear and Panic will still do well for us. So, to be honest, yeah, I mean, the 1 Archeops isn't that bad. I mean, it kind of sucks because we know they're going to KO this Gengar, right? They're just going to do that. But Fear and Panic will actually be okay because there's just so much, yeah. In fact, I think Fear and Panic is just a bit less. No, it's better. 16, that's fine. Yeah. Fear and Panic is actually better than the Swallow Up, so that's good. I think we just have the immediate advantage in the Mew matchup. I think the Mew matchup is just so heavily favored towards us, I think. With the Gengar, which is good, right? It's almost like it's geared towards the Mew VMAX, funny, and that's what I'm coming up against, which is funny. I guess for the ladder, the Gengar's not a bad shout at the end of the day, right? Because of this Mew League battle deck that's just come about, literally just come out. You can probably see more Mew on the ladder, plus the fact that Mew is the ladder reward. You might see a lot more Mew on the PTCGO ladder right now, which means this isn't a bad shout for a Lugia if you're grinding ladder, bro. Honestly, you've seen the scoops. People just don't want to play it. The Mews running around, just take full advantage. Don't even need to go for the swallow up. Just Fear and Panic. 2 Fear and Panics and you're done. The 2 VMAXs are out. We have our prize map immediately. We just need to find us arenas. We need to get to that point where we can be comfortable. We might not even need Archeops, which is crazy. We might not even need the Archeops. That's filth. So I just realized as well, when I was calculating the Fear and Panic damage, it doesn't even matter because of the weakness. So, you know, it's fine. It's just fine. I'd still like to find the Archeops though, because if they don't KO this thing, they are going to go for this Gengar, which is interesting because they shouldn't be able to KO it. They need to hit, what, 340? I don't think the DTE variant can even do that. Oh, bro! I don't think it's that big a deal, is it? The Adventures Discovery. Probably just paid it to thin. Is that an Ultra Ball going live now? That's a Heavy Ball. Wow, they got some very interesting techs in this deck. Heavy Ball? Doesn't you play Heavy Ball? Would you? Should you? I don't think you should. 2 Silene? The Peony? Bro, what is going on? Oh, hold on. Is this the League Battle version? Am I seeing something here that's a bit different? We got Peony. Okay, so this isn't the top tier new DTE variant, right? That's done well recently. This isn't that. It just isn't. Whoa, bro, I just went out like that. Okay, maths time. Sorry, excuse me. I'm burping a lot. Okay, I'm excited. So, 190 plus the 30 is 220. That's 250. That's 2 modifiers. The third is 280. Another. It just ain't it, Chief. It just ain't it. It just ain't it. And we're just going to take a straight KO. They can KO us back. That's fine. We just got to get ourselves the Serena Gust and we're good. You know? So we will attach the Aurora and get rid of... We don't need this Choice Belt, I don't think. We'll get an Evolve there. Bro, just give me a Lugia, please. I swear to God if I price my Lugias like that. I've not checked my deck because I'm a donut, so... No, we're Gucci. We're good, mate. We're good. We even have Lumineon. We are fine. We're just straight okay. And the 1 Archeops is going to be enough. It's going to do us fine. There we are. Lovely. All right, there we go. Back up and running, are we? That's good to see. Yeah. Let's do that. And we're already sorted for game next turn. Right, I'm trying to get a full game going, but it's just so crazy. The deck's just nuts, man. Just straight nuts. Where's our Archeops Donnies then, eh? Wow, we're not even getting them? There's one. There we go. What more do I need to say? We have game in hand. We could get Rock Sand, but how are they attacking? They have to attack, which means we just come up and respond. Yeah, we directly counter Mew, bro. Like, the Mew matchup is so good for us. And of course, it's great. I'm just running into Mews. That's what I'm doing, running into them. How many DTEs have they? They've just used the 1. All power tablets are gone. Bro, they might not even. Well, they're gonna attack. They're gonna attack, bro. They're gonna chew through the whole deck. Gonna attack, but we really know what's going on. We're fine. Absolutely fine. They could actually glisten in droplets, couldn't they? No, they can't. Oh, they can't even glisten in droplets. That's how you know it's a feel bad, isn't it? I want to feel bad for this person. Yeah, Lugia VSTAR makes you feel bad for the opponent. That's the motto. Makes you feel bad for them. So, what are you playing today, mate? Lugia VSTAR. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Feel bad for you. I'm only playing about. Right, that's game. Just game. That is the simplest. Bro, do you remember when Mew was like undefeatable? No one could beat it. It was just like, it's just too good. Here we are laughing as a Mew. Kind of feels good. All right, Fear and Panic. There we go. That is one of the simplest games I think we've ever seen. Look, today's been an absolute roller coaster for Lugia for me. Just win. I wouldn't be surprised if I go on a crazy win streak. I'm already on a 5. Yeah, deck's filth, man. Just filth. Right, so here is that list for the Lugia VSTAR with Gengar. A very, very interesting list, for sure. I don't know how I feel about the 3 Archeops. Don't know how I feel about the 3 Archeops. I'll be completely transparent. This wasn't a list I made. It's a list that was provided to me to cover. And I definitely have some criticisms here and there, but I like it. I do like it. It's performing. And that's crazy. It's performing but it can still improve, which is a ridiculous thing, right? It's performing incredibly well on the ladder. But granted, there's things to take into account. The fact that a lot of people aren't really up to date right now. It's only been a day since it's been released. So of course, you've got to take that into account when considering that when, people start to all get get those cards and the metagame starts to shape, you start to understand things a little bit better. Is this the best variant? I doubt it, if I'm honest with you. I think the amazing rares are really where you should go with it. And like Reggies and stuff like that, and all these other little cheeky one prize techs, because one prize is doing crazy damage, crazy effects, is just going to offset so many prize trades a lot of the time that I think it is just a better way to go for Lugia. But this is very, very interesting and just deals with Mew like that. So, that's one thing to bear in mind for sure. But, then again, you might as well just throw a Crobat and a Crobat VMAX, a 1/1 line if you really are struggling with Mew. So I don't think the Gengar is really necessary, but I'll tell you what, the one matchup it really does deal with is Kyurem. But then again, amazing Yveltal. So, I don't think this is the best variant, but it is interesting. And if you enjoy Gengar, I'll backtrack a little bit. The one thing it does have is this urn does give you a bit more freedom to mess about with your energy a bit more. Just a little bit more. Because we don't have special energy recovery, so sometimes you can get a bit too trigger happy with your Archeops when playing it, and just run out of energy. Like, I've seen that happen. Even in my own testing, there's times where I just go trigger happy, see what happens, and I'm just out of energy. So I guess that gives you that little extra bit of freedom when it comes to it. But usually if you're careful enough, you're fine anyway. You don't have to worry too much about that. But I think that's where the skill ceiling is with the list, with the deck, sorry, or the archetype, I guess I should say. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Of course, if you like it and enjoy, subscribe for more. And of course, check out all of the sponsors for the Shuffle Squad in the description down below. But yeah, with that said, do take care of yourself. And I'll see you later, Shuffle Squad. Peace.
The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen, make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTCGO Store to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at PTCGOstore.com.
Pokéx Word, the best place to get your fill of Pokemon-inspired puzzles. New puzzles are posted every day, and they recently launched a new Guess That Pokemon puzzle, which is a ton of fun to play. Go check them out at PokéXWord.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter for your chance to win a ton of PTCGO codes every month.
Check out the Late Night Series Season 6, brought to you by myself, Zach Lesage, and the Shuffle Squad. We're going to be running a bunch of sick events for the Pokemon community, and they start on August 30th. So one thing you might be noticing here is that there's an EU time and an NA time. We have one at 12 p.m. Eastern, which works out to about 5 p.m. in London. And then we have one at 7 p.m. Eastern, which should help out a lot of players on the West Coast play in this event. That being said, we still have a lot of cool things going on. Expect similar prizing that we've had for other Late Night Series events. Expect better staffing, expect better tournament experiences, and of course we do have a stream going up for this season as well, and I will be streaming the event on Twitch. That being said, we have the whole season up on the Play Limitless website. Late Night 51 all the way through 70 runs until we hit the Invitational on November 5th. So check that out, sign up today, and support Zach Lesage Events and the Shuffle Squad. See you there.